It is March 22nd, and as an intraday stock options trader, I do a written review of my trade of the day every day. And so here it is, my play-by-play written review of NIO, my trade of the day. So today was a pretty crazy market. I had tons of opportunities across the board, but this one really shined a light on where I could possibly get better at the setup that I see every day play out. Now, here we can see that NIO tested pre-market lows, or rather the gap. It had not really a gap, but just a slight lift in the pre-market action when it tested lows of that pre-market action. It made a new low and close above a sloping and converging VWAP and 21-day EMA, which is one of the things that I look for on these stocks with higher than average volume. As the breakout over the VWAP occurred, I looked at the previous the day's highs of 2130, this 2133 level. I watched it cross that and looked at the intraday pre-market high around 2140 level, and thought that if we break above this level, I would be looking for a consolidation to enter calls. What happened at 1037 was exactly that. We saw a rally above 2140 and a consolidation with heavy volume on the green candles, and a break above that consolidation at 2162 is when I entered calls. At 1054 and 1057, we saw these candles back to back form a top that I held through and watched for a retracement back to the 80 level. Actually, as it broke through the 80 level, my stop was actually this 66 level. We ended up hitting 2173, and as soon as we at 1107 broke above this 2185 level, basically the high of the previous candle, I entered my second long contract. Now these are the 21 strike calls for this week, so that's March 25th expiry. And then I went flat. It came down here and it almost triggered my stop. It actually, the low of this candle was 2160, 2167, and my stop was 2166. I didn't actually have a physical. I don't trade the equity, I trade the options, so I was watching this very closely to see if it would break. As we moved back across the 21 day and we formed this nice pattern moving upwards, I knew that I was looking for an exit because we would be looking to test this top of $22 and above, a little bit under $22. As we pushed and we failed to see how we make the same high but on vastly less volume than before, that proved that we were running out of steam. So I was looking for an out. As we close below $22 at 11:45, I wrote here, as it rejected a move higher as the market found a top. The market actually did find a top around 11:45 today. If we go to the 5-minute on these, at 11:45, the market found a second top area. I guess you could say it had found a top before that, and NIO just kind of was carried with it. Now below $22 is when I went flat, and you can see that this was a that was a 33-cent move. Now the reason why this is my trade of the day is because I think that it's not only a P&L reason why one would need to label something as their trade of the day. I think the trade of the day is the trade you can learn the most off of. It's the trade that you can improve the most in if that pattern happens to show itself again. So I think if I were to do this trade again, do this trade better, if I zoom out all the way to the freaking daily and I go back, I think it was actually it was the daily. If I zoom all the way back out to the daily and I go way back over here, we can see some resistance at 22.02, which I did not plot on my chart. If I throw, that's not the level that I wanted. If I throw that level here and then I go back to my time frame at 3 minutes, you can see that that level is what we sort of were rejecting off of, that 22 area. So noted, we'll go ahead and we'll throw that resistance there. So that's where I could have done better, and just having better top-down analysis. Sometimes I feel I draw too many technical levels, but it's important to remember that these levels are just levels to keep in mind, that they're not surefire, nothing's clairvoyant in TA. We just want to keep these levels in mind when we reach them, and today it would have been helpful to have that level plotted. So next on the things I could have done better is definitely following the setup properly. So here you can see these circles is where my initial entry signals were signaled. This candle here, right here at 11:09 would have been my first entry. The first higher low and close above the converging VWAP in 21 day was my entry. I could have entered here, and then entered again here at 10:16 on this long ass wick. I didn't enter when I was watching this. I didn't enter because one of my quote unquote rules is I don't buy into resistance. I don't buy into that 2140 level. I don't buy into that day's high of 2135. I buy when we get over it. But something in the back of my head when we got over it and we started moving towards that 2140 resistance is once again, like, is it strong enough to break? As it printed massive volume, I've gotten this pattern of thought that it's already over the level. Now I'm chasing it, right? Like, as it already makes that move, now I think I'm chasing it. I get in on the break of the consolidation here, which is great, but getting in here again is a little much if I had this line plotted, because that's buying into resistance. The risk reward of this to here, that's a 1-to-1, and I'm not sure if that's the trade that I want. But here to here, we enter here, sell here, that's an 85-cent move. We enter here, sell here, that's a $1 move. So that's where I could have done better. So this was my trade of the day. Our trades of the day aren't always our biggest winners. They aren't our big printers. So today was a good lesson as to where I can trade my setup better, and that's why I figured I'd share this one with you. Thank you for watching. God bless you. Have a great day, and goodbye.